Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we'll discuss about a topic integrated change control process. Friend, today's topic is very important and very interesting with respect to the project management and PMP. If you are studying project management in university or you are planning to give exam of PMP, so this is a very important topic, and at least 8 to 10 questions will definitely be there in the exam of PMP, in which your concept related to integrated change control process will be checked. Secondly, if you are a professional project manager working in any organization as a project manager, so again your concept should be clear about change and how to control the change, and what is the process to approve or reject a change, so that you can use this concept in your professional and practical life of project management. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. Integrated change control process. Friend, first of all, we need to understand that this is a topic related to project management. So what is a project actually? As per the definition of PMBOK, project management body of knowledge, project is a temporary thing which has a beginning and ending point, and it gives you a unique output, product, service or result. So two factors are very important in the definition of project. First thing, it is temporary, like it is not ongoing and it will finish at some time. And secondly, it is unique, like never ever we have done this thing before, so it is unique actually. So remember friend one thing, that whenever we are going to implement a project, it will always be a temporary and it will always be a unique. If there are any one of the ingredient is missing in the project, like it is not temporary or it is not unique, so it cannot be come under the definition of project. Like for example, if you are building a house, so it is a project. If you are building a mobile application, so it is a project. We are making a implementing a website, it is a project. We are implementing a new process in a company, so it is a project. So remember friend one thing, that project is always temporary, it is always unique. It can never ever be an ongoing activity. Now, if you can understand the concept of project, so what is a change actually? Okay, what is change actually? As per the definition, see friend, change is something which is not come under the boundaries of scope actually. Let me give you an example here. For example, you are implementing a e-commerce solution for a customer, and once the project started, two requirements were decided and agreed and documented in the scope document. First requirement is that customer can view the product catalog on e-commerce solution. Secondly, he can do the payment through the credit card to purchase the product. So these two requirements were documented, and as per the scope document, signed scope document, these two requirements will become the part of scope. Now once the project started and we reach at development level, customer raised another requirement, that he wants that the user of e-commerce solution can compare the product with other products as well, comparison in terms of features, in terms of cost as well. So once we uh, once we compare that requirement and review the scope requirement document, it came to our knowledge that this requirement is not part of the scope document. So we will consider this as a new requirement or change request. Why, on what basis we are saying that it is a change requirement, it is a change request? Because see, this requirement was not part of a scope, it was not raised at the early time, and it was not documented earlier. So considering this requirement as it is not part of the scope document, so we will consider this as a new requirement, we will consider this as a change request. Then the other thing is that to accommodate that change, we need time and cost. time in terms of efforts, in terms of man days we need, like we have to put additional effort, and we need additional cost as well, because see, once you will engage your resources, obviously your resources will also need their resources, your resources has some cost obviously. So uh, we have to understand that once we are going to implement, once we are going to accommodate the new change, it will require additional effort and additional cost. Like the same impact here, like if you are going to implement the say that same change, that user can accommodate, user can compare the product with other products as well. So that change, for example, require 5 days additional cost and $1,000 more cost. So we have to make a change request form, and this change request form needs to be approved by the change control board. And change control board means that the project management like CEO, CTO, and the technical experts will be a part of change control board, and the change control board will be authority to approve, reject, or defer that change. And the change request form should have the impact of that change in terms of time and cost. Now friend, if you can understand the concept of a change, now what is the integrated change control process? Friend, integrated change control process, if you just see the term integrated change control process, basically friend, integrated change control process means that whatever the change is going, is coming, is arising, so we have to understand that change impact in terms of time, cost, risk, issues, communication, communication, and other factors as well. So integrated change control process means that whatever the change is coming into the process, into the project, so the process should be uh, should be vigilant, should be intelligent enough, so that we must have to understand that what will be the impact on the on other factors of project, like their communication, risk, issues, time, cost, scope. So all the factors should be reviewed before accommodating any change. So that is the main concept of a change request. Because see friend, here, like if you are just making the change, like for example, take the same example, like you are making a change to accommodate that customer can, user can compare the one product with any other product in the e-commerce solution. However, we must have to understand that this change requires change in the source code, change in the like we must have to understand what will be the impact on the project. Like for example, if we do this change, so is there any only change in the source code, or is there any change on other factors as well? We must have to understand that is there anything, like for example, the e-commerce solution is generating the reports, and these reports are uploading in any other system as well, so what will be the impacts on reports, etc., etc. So so many factors are there in the project, because see, all the things are integrated with each other. So we must have to understand that what will be the impact of the change, and all those factors we must have to understand, and we must have to consider before making the changes. The benefit of this process is that it allows for documented change within the project to be considered in an integrated fashion, while reducing the project risk, which often arises from changes made without consideration to the overall project objectives or plans. See friend, here what happened, like whenever we are making the changes at that particular time of time, we are just considering that, for example, we are making the change in the source code. However, uh, in the later stage, it came to our knowledge that because things are integrated with each other, so we must have to understand that if we have a particular proper integrated change control process, so we can reduce the risk as well. Risk means that if there is any impact on other projects, if there is any project impact on any other something, so it can also be reduced, that risk can also be reduce. Friend, what are the prerequisites to measure the impact of change? First of all, we must have a proper project management plan. Secondly, a documented and proper scope document is required. So it will be the major prerequisites to measure the impact of change. So friend, thank you. Thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And thank you. Thanks a lot.